Hello everybody, Tere back again with another video. Yeah guys, I have had a question from one of the subscribers or viewers or what, something like that, and said to me, Inter, can you please do a video after the French Open is after the French Open is played, and when the French Open is over, and which French Open is, and say your opinion and tell us, do you still believe that Rafa Nadal will end with most slams, or have you changed your mind? Because I don't know guys, if you remember, I did a video in the beginning of the year, in 2020, where I said 5 reasons why I believe Rafa Nadal will end with most slams. If you have not watched that video, check it out. Just put in my top 5 reasons why Rafa Nadal will end with most slams. And do I still have this opinion, or have I changed my mind? First of all, let's talk a little about the big 3, the leaders in the Grand Slam race. Federer, who is with 20 slams at the moment, equaling with Nadal. They are both at 20. Rafa just equaled him in French Open, like we all remember. Federer, does he have chances to win more slams? Look, bigger miracles have happened than Federer to win another major, a last one with 21. We all know that Federer is a first-strike tennis player, and he will always be dangerous in Australian Open and Wimbledon. He can forget French Open. I don't think he will ever play French Open to begin with anymore. I really don't believe he will play, because it isn't any point. Why should he play? He doesn't have any chance to win it. Nobody more or less has it, and for sure not Federer. So, but in Australia with fast surfaces and Wimbledon fast surfaces, Federer is always dangerous. Let's face it. So especially in Wimbledon, because in Wimbledon Federer doesn't have much of a players who can stop him. Because we don't have any good grass court players, guys. We know that. I've talked about this before. We don't have these young gents, if we can call young gents anymore, or now gents, or old gents, you name it. They don't know how to play grass court tennis. The only players that can play grass court tennis is his big 2 chief rivals, Djokovic and Nadal. So Federer is top 3 as among the favorites in Wimbledon, still, in my opinion. Not in Australian Open anymore. In my opinion, Nadal, especially Team and Djokovic, are bigger favorites than Federer. And nowadays, maybe even Nadal, to be quite honest. I just feel that Nadal is he's so deadly consistent. So I would put my money as a bigger favorite than Federer in Australian Open, on Nadal. But that can be discussed. But Team and Djokovic for sure are bigger favorites than Federer in Australian Open. Let's face it, guys, we all remember how much Federer struggled in Australian Open earlier this year. He almost got knocked out against Millman. He almost got knocked out against Sandgren. He saved a bunch of match points against Sandgren, we all remember. So in Wimbledon, in Australia, Federer will always have chances. He can forget French Open, and he can forget even US Open. For God's sakes, he has not won US Open in forever time now, Federer. When did Federer won US Open last time? 2008, 12 years ago. No, Federer can forget US Open. Now, then we can talk about Djokovic. Djokovic, of course, is the world number 1, the superior world number 1. He is definitely one of the top 3 favorites in Australian Open. He's the man to beat there. He has won that event 8 times. Djokovic is absolutely one of the top 3 favorites in Wimbledon. To have that returns, what is tennis about in fast surfaces? It's not only in fast surfaces, in general. Serving good, returning good, especially on fast surfaces. If you are a great returner, you will take your teeth as much as possible into your opponent's surfaces, serving games, which Djokovic does with his great returns. And if you have a solid, good serve, which Djokovic has, a solid, good serve, not as good as Federer, but his serve is not bad, you will always have chances on grass and hard court, breaking serve and holding serve, which Djokovic absolutely can do. And Djokovic will, at least for 2 more years, in 2021 and 2022, I believe Djokovic is dangerous in Australian Open and Wimbledon. US Open is more wide open. because Djokovic has not won the US Open that crazy much. I think he has won it only 3 times and played 8 finals, so he's lost 5 finals there, Djokovic. And then we have Nadal, the current Grand Slam leader, together with Roger Federer at 20. He is for sure always dangerous in all Grand Slams, in my opinion. He is for sure top 3, top 4 favorites in Australian Open, together with Djokovic and team and Federer. He for sure is. He has been in 5 finals and he has won it only 1 time. It was a 9. But we all know that Nadal should have won 1 or 2 more Australian Opens. He really should. That 2014 final against Stan Wawrinka, he was so unlucky he got injured after the first set. Because I never think Wawrinka would have defeated Nadal. Not a consistency machine like Nadal, who doesn't give anything for free to you. You have to earn every single point. And in 2012, that epic almost 6 hours final against Djokovic, and 2017, that classic Australian Open final against Federer, he was up in the lead both times in that 5th set. But anyway, all credit to Djokovic and Federer for coming back and beating him in 5 sets. So, it is not like Nadal doesn't have a chance in Australian Open. Absolutely not. Then we have Wimbledon. He for sure is the top 3 favorites in Wimbledon. He is, guys. He has played 5 Wimbledon finals, won 2 of them. Yeah, he has not won Wimbledon as well in forever time, in 10 years, since 2010. But when you look at his past, the last 2 years, Nadal has played semifinals. In 2018, that match against Djokovic could have gone either way. It really could have gone either way. All right? We all remember it was a 5-set epic battle. It could have gone either way, guys. Nadal has really good chances in that 5th set, had a couple of break points but couldn't convert. Djokovic just came with the goods, and Djokovic was clutch like Djokovic usually is, especially outside clay. He isn't that clutch on clay, especially not in French Open. In 2018, and we all remember that the final opponent, Kevin Anderson, he just was a practice session. We all remember that. We all know that Kevin Anderson would never have won Wimbledon. Of course not. Djokovic took him out in straight sets. 2 days in the final. He took him out in straight sets. We all remember that 2018 Wimbledon final. So, Nadal is not without any chance in Wimbledon. And in last year's Wimbledon semi-final, where he was beaten by Federer in 4 sets, Federer did, guys, one of his best performances in that 2019 season. One of his best performances. It was not like Nadal didn't have any chance. But Federer played outrageous tennis. In my opinion, he played really. It was one of Federer's best performances the entire season in that 2019 season when Federer defeated Nadal. Together with that victory he had against Djokovic in that round-robin match in 2 sets where he totally crushed Djokovic there in straight sets. So, and that's what it took to stop Nadal. Absolutely great performance from Roger Federer. He was really clutch, Roger Federer, the entire match, and took out Nadal in 4 sets. So Nadal has played 2 straight semifinals in Wimbledon. It is not like he has lost against other dudes, Medvedev or Kyrgios or Tsitsipas or Zverev or you name it, basically. You name it. He is losing his 2 big chief rivals. And who did Nadal lose against in Australian Open earlier this year? Against Dominic Thiem. A great in shape Dominic Thiem who played the ATP finals in London just a couple of weeks earlier before that Australian Open. And what did it take for Dominic Thiem to stop Nadal? 3 brutal sets. He lost in 4 sets, Nadal. We know that. But Dominic won 3 of those sets in tiebreak. It is not like Nadal didn't have a chance. It is not like Nadal was bad or something. It was Dominic Thiem who played murderous, brutal tennis in 4 sets. And he won 3 of those sets in tiebreaks. And Dominic stopped Nadal 3-1 in that quarterfinal. In US Open, Nadal didn't even anticipate it. Because I truly believe if Nadal would have played in US Open this year, I really believe, I'm not sure about this, of course. I am 80% certain he would have won that. He would have won. So, do I still believe Rafael Nadal is the player who will end with most slams, and why? Have I changed my mind? Rafa is at 20 at the moment. together with Federer 20 as well, and Djokovic is at 17. No, guys, I have not changed my mind. I still believe Rafa Nadal will end with most slams when it's all said and done. And I'm going to give you 5 reasons why. If you have forgotten my 5 reasons. On my number 5th place, I have his mentality, his warrior attitude. Man, this guy, he's a mental beast when it comes to winning. Nobody likes to losing, for God's sakes, but Nadal, I feel that Nadal, he just hates losing. He hates losing more than anyone else. Federer and Djokovic, they hate losing as well, of course. They will never be that kind of a big champions if they didn't hate to lose. But I just feel that Nadal, he just is, his hate of losing is on another level. He fights for every single point. He is never satisfied. I have seen the dude when he leads 4-love up in the set, and he can make he makes an unforced error. He makes a bad return. He gets frustrated. You can see on his eyes, he fires up. He's mad, he's angry. Do you believe that you see Federer, if he's up on the lead 4-love in a set, if he makes a bad return or a bad forehand, that he will be angry? No, he feels comfortable, he's happy, he's in the lead 5-love. Nadal is not. You just saw what he did to Djokovic in that French Open final. Djokovic, in the first game of the match, he was up 40-15. But Nadal was not giving up. He still wants to win that game. And he wanted, he braked him. He took that game to 40-all. Then he had a break point. Then he converted the break point. And he took the lead. Break Djokovic serve immediately in the first game. Then another game, I think it was in the second set or first set, something like that. I know that another game as well, Djokovic had 40-love. He had a 40-love lead. And Djokovic started to relax little. You can never relax against a vampire like Nadal. He is never satisfied. He wants to drink your blood as well. He doesn't want to eat just your flesh, just your bones. He wants to drink your blood. He's a vampire on the court. You can never relax against him, even when you are 40-love up in the lead, even when you are 40-15 in the lead, even when you're serving, you can never relax because he is a drinking vampire. He drinks blood from his opponents. And Djokovic paid the price. He took Djokovic's he broke Djokovic when he was 40-15 up, and he broke Djokovic when Djokovic was 40-love up. Everyone would have given up those games. I swear that to you guys. Everyone. Not Rafael Nadal. His winning mentality, it is out of this world. That is on my 5th place. He loves winning and hates losing more than anyone else. On my 4th place, I have like I said earlier in my video, he is still good in all the slams. You cannot say any Grand Slam tournament when Rafa Nadal is anticipating, when Rafa Nadal is in the draw, and you can just take him out, like you can do with Federer in French Open. You know that Federer doesn't have a chance in French Open. And now we can say with Djokovic as well. Djokovic will never win French Open again. Djokovic will never, ever, mark my words, guys. Mark my words. You remember my words. Djokovic will never, ever win French Open ever again. Federer, I don't need even to talk about, because I don't feel it is a point to talk about Federer winning French Open ever again, because we all know that it's just a ridiculous debate. But Djokovic, who is still world number 1 and who's superior world number 1, will he ever win French Open ever again? Of course not. After that humiliation Rafa Nadal gave him, after that abuse Rafa Nadal gave him, after that knock off Rafa Nadal gave him. Do you know that Djokovic served over 70% of the second and the third set in French Open final? Yes, in the first set in the Champions Final, Djokovic served 42%. Then you cannot have a chance against the greatest clay court player of all time with 42% first serving. You have to have high percent of first serve because he's a beast from the baseline. He's a consistency beast from the baseline. He's a shot tolerance beast. He's a clutch beast. He's a mental beast. You name it. He will not give you anything for free in all surfaces, especially on clay, especially French Open. It is his living room. It is his living freaking room, guys. Djokovic had 42% in the first set in that special final. Of course, he didn't win one single game. But in the second set, Djokovic's rate is 4% of first serve in. 77%. 77%. Didn't matter. Djokovic took only 2 games. Only 2 games. Why? Because Nadal is such much better player than Djokovic on the 0 to 4 shots. Nadal can finish off points immediately after the serve. If not immediately, Nadal is a much better serve 1 plus player than Djokovic. Serve plus 1 player. You know, serve plus 1 player, what that is. Serve, return, and then do damage. Nadal does big damage on the 3rd shot of the point. If not 3rd, 4th, or 5th. Nadal is a much better tennis player than Novak Djokovic when it comes to the serve plus 1 points. Much better. Especially on clay. Especially on clay. Djokovic just cannot put away the ball. You think that Djokovic playing so many drop shots in that French Open final, it is a tactic? It is not a tactic, it is a desperate way to express, I cannot handle this guy from the baseline on clay. I just cannot, he never misses. I just cannot. It is more of a bailout tactic from Djokovic's side. He was doing ridiculous drop shots from nowhere. Was he successful? Do you know how many drop shots Djokovic did in the entire match in that final? 28 drop shots. 28. He won only 13 of those drop shots. Only 13 points he won of those 28. And that is 48% winning rate. 48%. And he kept on doing drop shots even though he was not deadly successful. He was not horrible because he won 48 of those points, but it was his only way of trying to win points because he couldn't handle the +1 points. He just couldn't. He didn't have a chance from 0 to 4 shots. He didn't have a chance. He cannot put away Rafa Nadal. He just can't hit through him. So, do I believe Djokovic will ever win French Open again? Of course he will not. Never he will not. He will never. Mark my words. He just is he's a much worse player than Rafa Nadal on clay. He just is. In the 3rd set, Rafa only served 57% first serve in. 57, for God's sakes. And Novak served 76. 76! It didn't matter. Djokovic lost the set anyway. Rafa won that 3rd set 7-5. So, on number 4th place is because Rafa Nadal is still deadly dangerous in all the 4 majors. Australian Open, French Open, we don't need even to talk about it. He has that in his bag. Wimbledon, like I said earlier in the video, he's still top 3 favorite in Wimbledon. And US Open, for God's sakes, he has won that tournament 4 times. Only 3 players has won it more times than him in the Open era. Connors, Federer, and Pistol Pete. He has played 5 finals in US Open and won 4 of them. So, that is on 4th place. Nadal is still super dangerous in all the 4 majors. I honestly think, guys, I cannot say in one single Grand Slam tournament, I don't dare to say it, Nadal will never win Australian Open again. Nadal will never win Wimbledon again. Nadal will never win US Open again. I cannot say it. I'm not saying it will be very difficult for him to win the Australian Open again. It will be. Because he's not as dangerous in hard courts and grass like he's on clay. We all know that. There's not any science fiction to know that. We all know that. But I don't have guts to say Nadal will never win Australian Open again. Nadal will never win Wimbledon again. Nadal will never win US Open again. I don't have guts. Do you have? Do you have? Maybe you have. I don't. But I can say about Djokovic and Federer, they will never win French Open again. Never. So on number 4th place is because Rafa Nadal is still super dangerous in all 4 slams. On number third place is Nadal is taking so good care of these next gents, old gents, now gents, you freaking name it. 5-1 head-to-head against Zverev. 5-1 head-to-head against Tsitsipas. 2-1 head-to-head against Shapovalov. 3-love head-to-head against Medvedev. None of these players has never defeated Rafa Nadal in slams. Never. Tsitsipas has only defeated Rafa once. Shapovalov has defeated Rafa Nadal only once. Medvedev has never defeated Rafa Nadal. Zverev has defeated Rafa Nadal only once. And though all of these victories I mentioned now, they have been in 3 sets matches. In 5 sets matches, they have never defeated Rafa Nadal. Djokovic and Federer, they have much troubles against next gens than what Nadal has. And I know why. Because Nadal is a consistency machine, is a consistent beast. He's furious. He is a nightmare. Djokovic and Federer, they can travel to Hawaii for 1 set or 2. Or Haiti, or you name it. Or Bali, or Rhodos in Greece. Nadal never disappears like this. And that's why when the next gens face Nadal, it is a nightmare for them, because they feel that they are facing a walking, running wall. They feel that they are facing not a normal player. That's why he's not normal. He's not normal. Because everyone can have dips. 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 1 hour, not Nadal. His longest dip can be 5 or 10 minutes. His longest dip. When did Nadal have a dip in that French Open final? In the middle of the 3rd set. He had a short dip. 10 minutes, maximum, not even 10. 5 minutes maybe. But Nadal, he knew. I am facing Djokovic. He cannot sustain his level because Djokovic started to play a little better in the 3rd set. Nadal always knew Djokovic will flew in a bad service game. He will do a double fault or unforced error or a bad drop shot. He will do it. Nadal knew it. And what did it happen? Yeah, Djokovic, he did a horrible game and gave that crucial break to Rafa Nadal in that 3rd set. And then Rafa Nadal, he just served it out. Nadal doesn't do like that. Nadal is not any Santa Claus. Nadal never celebrates Christmas Eve in a tennis court. Forget it. That will never happen. Djokovic and Federer, they have celebrated Christmas Eve in a tennis court many times. Especially Roger Federer. I've seen it with my eyes. I've seen it. I remember that match against Millman in 2000. I believe it was in 2018, yes. In that US Open match. 77 off for sales from Roger Federer. 77! Didn't Roger Federer celebrate Christmas Eve in New York in that match against Millman? He said to Millman, here you have it, Millman. Here you have it, take it. Take all the gifts. 77. When have you ever seen Rafa Nadal do 77 unforced errors in a match? Yeah, I know Rafa Nadal plays with bigger margins. He doesn't play first strike tennis like Roger Federer. I know that. I know all this. But I don't care. It's still tennis we're talking about. And that's why I mean that Rafa Nadal takes care of the next gens like nobody else. He just kills them. He murders them. He just take them away. And that is my number 3rd place where Rafa Nadal will end his career with most slams when it's all said and done. On my number 2nd place, it is, of course, his consistency level, his ability to play consistent tennis from the first to the last point. I have never seen anything like this. I swear to God, guys, I have seen tennis since I was 8 years old. I have seen Pistol Pete, I have seen Roger Federer, I have seen Novak Djokovic, I have seen Björn Borg, John McEnroe, Becker, Edberg, you name it, really. But I have never, ever in my entire life seen anything like Nadal, who plays consistent tennis with the ability to never disappear, just to be present in every game, in every point. I've never seen it. Did you see Novak Djokovic in that French Open final? When he won a game or when he won a point during the match, he was raising his hand up to God and he was thanking God. Because he was so frustrated. He even said after the match, he took me by surprise. Even though that he has faced Rafa Nadal over 50 times, Novak Djokovic, he still was surprised with Rafa's level. That is Rafa Nadal. He of all people should not be surprised with Rafa Nadal's level. But he got surprised in the final because he couldn't win points. He couldn't win points. Rafa wasn't giving anything to him. Like I said, Rafa is like a vampire. He wants to drink even your blood. He's not satisfied to eating your flesh and to eating your bones. He wants to drink your blood as well. You understand, guys, what I say? Are you understanding? The consistency level from Rafa Nadal is outrageous. It's impeccable. I've never seen a tennis player, who never dips as many times or as long as Nadal. Like I said, he can just dip for 5-10 minutes as maximum. Djokovic, he just can give away a set. Federer can give away a match. I have seen it. So the consistency level, the consistency machine that Nadal is outrageous. Guys, I talk about levels in some of my videos. Federer and Djokovic, they have 5 levels. Horrible level, average level, good level, super good level, beast mode level. Federer and Djokovic have this. Remember, horrible level, average level, good level, great level, beast mode level. Nadal, horrible level doesn't exist in his list. Horrible level, just take it out. Take it out. Nadal has only 4 levels. Average level, good level, super good level, beast mode level. There you have the difference. Nadal's this 5th place here doesn't exist in Rafa's menu. It just doesn't exist. Take it out. I've never seen Nadal being horrible. I've seen Federer being horrible. I've seen Djokovic being horrible. I've never seen Rafa. No. Even when Rafa lost that match against Djokovic in that 2019 Oslo Open final, where Djokovic just smoked him out of the court, 6-3, 6-2, 6-3. Now Nadal was not horrible. You know that? Nadal was not horrible. Nadal, I think he did, I don't know how many mistakes he did, but I think he did 28, 29 or 30 unforced errors, something like that. Djokovic was just from another planet that match. You know that Djokovic has never done that kind of a monstrous, that kind of a out of this world performance in his entire life. He's even said it. Djokovic did only 9 unforced errors, for God's sakes, only 9. Djokovic was more impressive than what Rafa was in his French Open final against Djokovic earlier this year. Djokovic was more impressive. Why? Djokovic was doing only 9 unforced errors. Only 9. Rafa did 14. Rafa does 5 more unforced errors than Djokovic. 5. Djokovic did only 9. Djokovic will never do that kind of performance again. I swear it to you. Djokovic will never, ever in his entire life play a match. Maybe he will play a match of first or second round, maybe. But it's absolutely not a Grand Slam final where he will do 9 unforced errors. That is not what Djokovic can perform every single week or every single month. That was outrageous. That just was, maybe Djokovic even surprised himself with that match. So it was not like Nadal was horrible. For sure Nadal could have played better, absolutely. But Nadal didn't do 50 unforced errors. Djokovic did 52 unforced errors against Nadal in the French Open final. 52. So Djokovic was much worse in his performance against Nadal in that French Open final than what Nadal was in his performance against Djokovic in that Oslo Open final last year. Absolutely. I just feel that Nadal was not as horrible. You know that even when Nadal cannot play horrible matches. Nadal looks good, looks solid, looks okay, even when he doesn't play amazing tennis. I've never seen Nadal play ugly, horrible tennis, but I have seen Djokovic play ugly, horrible tennis, and I have definitely seen Federer play ugly, horrible tennis. I swear to you, I have seen it, guys. So, Nadal doesn't have that horrible level. He has average, good, great, and beast mode level. Federer and Djokovic, they have horrible level, good level, great level, super great level, and beast mode level. That is the difference between these big 3. So on my number second place, I have Nadal is a consistency machine. And on my number first place, guys, this will not come as any surprise. You have probably guessed it by now. What is my number one reason? It was 10 months ago when I did a similar video like I'm doing today, and I have not changed my mind. French Open! What else? French Open, of course, guys. He has that on his back. For God's sakes, he just won French Open for the 13th time, and he did it by not dropping one single set for the 4th time. 2008 the first time, 2010 the second time, 2017 the third time, and 2020 for the 4th time. I have not seen any kind of signs for this dude to be stopped in French Open. You just can't check. When French Open comes around, you can just do like this when pilots do when they will fly the planes. Check. And Nadal just does check. He's not even close to losing, despite that he's 34 years old. For God's sakes, Rafa's biggest threat in French Open, Rafa's biggest opponent in French Open, Rafa's biggest obstacle in French Open, it is his health. And that's why Rafa will be very cautious in the future, because he's not super young anymore, in how many tournaments he will play. Because my personal view, my personal opinion is that I don't think Rafa will play any more tournaments this year. Maybe I will be wrong. I don't know, but I just don't think so. I really don't think. I think that Rafa will take off the entire season and just play Australian Open when Australian Open comes around earlier in the early of the year next year, because he wants to be healthy. He's not. Because we all know he's much more injury prone than Djokovic and Federer. We all know he has had much more injuries. That's why he skipped the US Open. You think he skipped that for the virus? I don't believe him. He skipped it because of the schedule. It was too tight of a schedule for his bones, for his knees. He didn't want to risk not playing French Open where he knew that it is a Czech tournament. He didn't want to risk that. If this was a regular year without having any pandemic like we have had this year, he would have played the US Open, for God's sakes. We all know that. But he didn't play US Open just because of the tight scheduling. Nothing else. Not about the virus. Forget that. Even though he said that, but I don't believe him. So, my number one reason why I still believe that Rafa Nadal will end up his career with most slams when it comes to these big three, when it's all said and done, is because of the French Open. Man, I don't know how many French Open this dude has still left in him, but for sure 15. For sure. Who will stop him? Djokovic? Djokovic. Man, he just embarrassed Djokovic. He just abused him. Team, with this level, team will not stop Nadal. Team is still too inconsistent. For God's sakes, he did 81 unforced errors against Diego Schwartzman. 81. You think that he will come away with 81 unforced errors against a beast like Nadal, a vampire like Nadal who drinks your blood? You cannot have a chance against Nadal in French Open with doing many errors. Djokovic did 50 unforced errors against Tsitsipas in the semifinal. He came away. 50. Barely came, but he did. He came away in 5 sets. And he thought that doing that amount of errors, he will come away with against Nadal. Against Nadal, he did 52 unforced errors. 52. And what did Nadal do to him? He said to him, I am not any Stefanos Tsitsipas. I am a 12 times French Open champion back then. Of course, before the match. After the match, 13 time French Open champion. And you will not come away with 52 unforced errors against me like you did come away with 50 unforced errors against Stefanos Tsitsipas. So, I've not seen any kind of signs of Nadal not continuing in French Open. Only Djokovic team, they just need to pray to God that Nadal gets injured or something for him to be stopped in French Open, because they will not stop him for sure 2 to 3 years ahead. They will not do. And that's why and Rafa is dangerous in a slow Open. Rafa is dangerous in Wimbledon. Rafa is dangerous in US Open. I don't have any guts to say that Rafa will never win a slow Open, Wimbledon, or US Open ever again. I don't have any guts. I really don't have. It will be difficult. It will not be easy. But I don't have guts to say that he will never win those. None. Grand Slam tournaments. Non-clay court Grand Slam tournaments like a Open, Wimbledon, and US Open. And French Open, Rafa just check, and takes it in the bag. So, and Djokovic, who says that Djokovic has problems against next gens? Next gens will start to defeat Novak Djokovic in the slams sooner or later. Mark my words, sooner or later. We all saw what Dominic Thiem did to Djokovic in the Australian Open final earlier this year. Djokovic barely defeated him. We all saw it. We all saw how difficult Djokovic had to defeat a 37 years old Roger Federer in last year's Wimbledon. 37 years old, guys. 37. Don't forget that. Federer should have never lost that match, in my opinion. Never. But he did, because he had 2 championship points in his own serve. And we all saw that Djokovic, he didn't have an easy time defeating Rafa Nadal in 2018 semi-final. That match could have gone either way. So it is not like Djokovic is winning these slams like a walk in the park. It is not like that. And these next gens are knocking on the door more and more. Now Tsitsipas played his second semi-final in a major and took Djokovic to a 5th set. We never, and Tsitsipas, we will never know, because Tsitsipas, he was injured in the 5th set. We all know that. If he was 100% healthy, who knows what would have happened. So Djokovic is in much bigger danger against the next gens what Nadal is. And Djokovic doesn't have that slam where he can just check it. Do you think that Djokovic can check the Australian Open? He has won it 8 times. He's not won it 13 times. He will never win it 30 times. Djokovic doesn't have any Grand Slam title, any Grand Slam tournament, not even Wimbledon, and for sure not US Open, where he just can check it. And don't forget, he's 3 behind. He's 3 behind. He's 3 behind. That is a lot. They are forgetting 3 slams behind in this current moment where Djokovic is 33 years old. That is a lot. So, Rafa Nadal, in my opinion, will be the player who will end his career with most Grand Slam titles. If he doesn't do it, it will be start of an injury, not from Federer and not from Djokovic, and for sure not from the next gens. Rafa Nadal is the player, in my opinion, who will win most Grand Slam titles when it's all said and done. Alright guys, I hope you have missed me. I have not done a video for a while. This is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care and bye bye.